Hi guys, and welcome to a special reading I am doing here on the Emperor. Long story short, this is a tarot on demand. What is tarot on demand, you may ask? It's a particular reading I do when someone leave a comment on wherever on this channel, saying that, listen, there is an energy that's kind of been stalking me. Can you look into it? And then I do this as collective readings, meaning that it may or may not resonate. Take what you want, leave behind the rest. And in this case, someone pointing out the Emperor, so we are interviewing him. It's a little bit like a stalker reading, which is something I also do. Sorry guys, it's been a long day, I'm a little bit silly. Okay, bear with me. But stalker readings, alright, you know what, look, start up a stalker reading to get any more about that. Emperor reading is basically an interview, right? And I got a little paper here, mixed up with what I'm gonna talk with him about. We're gonna ask some questions. Let's see what how he will reply. Now, this is the second tarot on demand I've done. I did one on the Empress. Why am I getting chilly, like a chill come here? Now you know that. Did one on the Empress not long ago. Well, maybe it was, I can't remember, where someone left a comment saying, you know what, the Emperor's been showing up and she annoys me. So what I did was I looked into why she was annoying, and that, of course, structured the reading, because the way we ask questions determines what we look into. And that was a long reading. It is what it is. It just may be long. I will try to do my best. We already almost, yeah. In this case, someone posted about the Emperor and said, he's scaring me. He's scary. Why is he so scary? So I will also ask that. Now, I'm not going to do what I did with the Empress, where it became about why is she annoying, or so why is he scary. No, we're basically looking into how is he showing up. What's the message, right? We're basically asking, dude, describe yourself. And then we're looking into, dude, and any message you want to teach me here? Talk to me, mate. And describe you, me, you, whoever, for the collective here in the situation. And in doing so, we are in that section also looking into why he may appear scary to some. Alright? Take what resonates with you, what you want, leave behind the rest. Keep an open mind. And we're also, of course, looking into how you can work with this guy, what you can and can't control, his strengths, weaknesses, whatever. Let's just see what pops up, right? We're using the tarot, basing it in the tarot. Is a tarot reading? Yes. Then we have the archetypes, because I love archetypes. And I like working with these things, right? These are like my little playground. What comes up. Bear with me. They can't spiritual readings. All right, let's just shut up. Let's just get to it. I also have oracles, by the way. I will pull out as I deem fit. I, for some reason, also have. I wanted to use them in moonology, and they are here. And it's a weird thing to explain. I kind of feel pulled towards it, but then I stop. Feel pulled, stop. Some people say that what happens during a reading and prior reading is part of it. I'm a little bit laissez-faire. I'm a little bit more in that attitude. You can do with it what you want. I give it to you. You take it, leave it, do what you want. Turn it into whatever you want. And let me tell you, this one's been a control freak. Maybe I'm tired. Guys, patience. Okay, please, patience. Let's get to it. I hope you're all doing amazing. 4 minutes. Let's start at 4. Describe yourself, mate. Now we're doing 3 shuffles. So much control. Describe yourself. Get silliness. You know that sometimes when you are very, very rational, when you are, for those when it, you wind this. All right. How can I explain this? Some people are born into family and cultures where spirituality is just a natural part of it. Then there are some, like for instance me, born into a family dynamic or cultural dynamic. It's not like this. in my culture and the surroundings I've been in, that's kind of shaped me, conditioned me, it's always been very rationality, because he is rooted in rationality. That's the energy I'm getting here, which is what I got that, I asked, like, when you first then fall into this form of spirituality, you kind of want to rationalize it, because what we characterized about forms of spirituality, for instance, the feminine energy, is that you can't rationalize it. I get this energy of being curious, but you get like, you look at side glance, if I can do it, like, side glance, and you're like, I'm curious, but I don't believe in it. That's really what I get here to begin with. As I said before, God damn it, we started. I also got this. It's part of a reading. I almost want to stand up and scream, like, whatever happens in a reading is part of a reading. But then me as a person, me as a person right now, I'm talking as me as a person, not what I get here, is reacting right now saying no. Meaning that message is my personal opinion. I still stand by, you can do what you want with what I say. If it's part of a reading, it's part of a reading. If it's because I'm temporary insane, it's that. You have that free will to decide. Describe yourself. You walked away. No. Chariot in reverse. Control issues. Keep getting wins here. Waiting for something. It's blockage. The Emperor is this control issue. It is meaning that this is the message it comes with. We're going to see how it plays out together, right? But there is this massive start, stop, which is pissing me off as a person here right now. The reader, me as a person, is pissing me off during the reading, because I was going in a nice flow today. This energy is annoying to me, right? So. It is really that of, that when you are, how can I explain? It's almost like anxiety, but yeah, you want things to be perfect. That's what I get. Like, it has to be perfect. It's almost like a writer's block. If any of you have tried a writer's block, it's terrible. A writer's block is when can happen for many reasons. It's one of needing to deliver a perfection first try. Not possible. Well, I will say it's not. I know, for instance, for me, it's never going to be possible. I have learned to embrace my chaos a long time ago. But that happens when he's not in alignment with his feminine energy. He has to control. He doesn't like uncertainty. And this is one of, I have to do things perfect. If it's not perfect, then I can't deliver it. It has to be perfect. And then you go back to the drawing board continuously. It's like, this is here we have the Tower. It is a strong masculine energy. Yesterday I was talking to someone about this energy, and that was where I got my first input, which is that this is a reading mostly for men. Now, of course, it can also be for women, but I got yesterday conversation with men about what it means to be man. And that's a long story. Let's see what we have underneath here. The Hunter, that's so interesting. I was actually looking into going into this. What do we mean when we talk about dark masculinity? I like to work with masculine and feminine energies, and I have this little bit of a framework I'm building. Long story. But I, for instance, been working a lot with the feminine energy. People like to know about the feminine energy, and she's always portrayed as the most amazing, feminine, blah, hula hula. There's also something called a dark feminine, which is also, there's also something also light and dark, right? But let's not go into that. And I was kind of it struck me before going into this reading, before I started getting all of these control issues. But what is there something we can call a dark masculine, which has nothing to do with being a toxic, but a dark masculine? Because darkness comes with lessons, right? And toxic is just it's not the same as dark. Here from this point of view, And there is, I can't remember his name, I shot it down, but there is, god damn it, dark masculinity. It came with the hunter, that's right. It's a Greek god. I'll post a link so you can look it up if any of you are interested. It's a Greek god who was born with, he was cursed. He's depicted in Greek mythology with like the massive phallus. I mean, it's insane. But his curse was he couldn't use it. I know someone's laughing at that, but his curse was he was born cursed with a massive phallus, you can call it like that. No one wanted him. He couldn't use it. And he was also, by the way, something about, a hunter. He was protective of something, vegetables and all of that. So, there's always something good about it. But his curse was that he also couldn't get it up. It started being very erect and then it started going down. So that message is coming through. And I get that some here is going, what's that about? Well, you know what? Maybe it's a message for men. Right? But with the hunter... and this chariot here, there is these two actually go together, by the way. Yes. No, they go together very much as archetypes. In the sense that there is this aggressiveness of he comes with an aggressiveness, this emperor here. It's like a stop. Guys, we're going to go through this reading. There's going to come more messages, but I'm getting like the initial here. The message that comes here is that of start, stop. It's like anger, frustration, if you understand what I mean here. There's a frustration. It has to be perfect, and then the annoyance of having or needing that control takes over, and then it's just letting go. It's a particular emotional response I will recognize as frustration. There's almost like a chasing, but it's a chasing that comes as, like, how can I explain it? Now, I never had a penis, right? So I don't know what it feels like to have that, if you know what I mean. But this is kind of what I could imagine. It's tense. All right, let's just move on. But that's the energy I get here. But it's more like of a pursuing something here, right? It holds on, and then it's kind of like aggressive, and then it wants to pursue, and it gets annoyed. But it has to be perfect, and it I don't know how the hell it's going to express. But apparently that's what he's describing himself as. So this is not a good emperor, right? Well, we will see, right? There's more to it. It's because he's not in contact with his heart. Someone here is born into a path in a family. It feels right, but it's also frustrating, if I can explain it like that. They are on the right path, but it's almost like it's been inherited to them, and it's one of those situations I get as though I didn't ask for this, but I'm born into this. And it's not because I get this as though it's the most toxic thing, because I do sense that it's almost like, how can I explain it without it sounding entitled? Being born with a gift, right? Being born with a gift you didn't fucking ask for. Let's move on. Shit, this is going to be, I will try to keep it short here. You know what, let's pull out some keywords here. Describe yourself here in your life. Social and environmental awareness, gratitude and appreciation. Self-interview. We only need to look into that. Social and environmental awareness. I have absolutely no idea. It's back to basics, I get. Regeneration. Here and now. There's a lot of here about you being in the present moment, really appreciating. You're annoyed, but you're appreciating it. Alright, this is the weirdest thing. It's like you are in a context. Or this emperor here is in a context. And he's becoming more and more aware about the mechanisms around him. As I said, there's a frustration like having been born or like feeling as though you were like born to a path or having talents. You didn't choose them. Maybe you are a brother brother right now. You didn't choose to. It's annoying, but you are, and you know it's not bad. But there's something about the way position being born into that didn't choose. Didn't choose to be that child. But it's not a bad energy though. It's like this frustration is also fostering some kind of regenerative energy. Right? Is the tension being released for some reason or another? You know, we're going to look into it, because I also get that maybe a chaser included here. Or could have been, right? Because the Chariot can also be the chaser. And coming up with the Hunter, most definitely. That's the wounded feminine, that's a chaser. Man, woman, doesn't matter. But we have definitely seen him being, alright. Let's see. What? Guys, sorry, it is what it is, okay, guys? What are you here to teach? Page of Wands in reverse. Describe your role in it. Ace of Swords. Now we're getting here. How can you work together? Okay. Justice in reverse. There's a messy karma at play here. That's why. This is a very difficult reading for me, guys. So you need to have extra patience. This is difficult for me because I can't rationalize it. It's very unknown to me, this energy. But I will do my. I sense it, but trying to figure out how to understand it will require a little bit from me here. Your role in it is an Ace of Swords. You're starting to see the truth of it cutting through, because that's what the Emperor does. I get it, like the important here right now in order to work with this energy for you, because I do sense this, as I said, these small impulses of frustration coming with the Page of Wands. I don't know if it's triggered by a person. It may actually be. Let me lay out the energies here again, so. Siren, sex. Sex. What are you here to teach? Your values. The siren here shows up upright, but with this one here, this is casual sex. This is getting the frustration out through. It doesn't have to be sex. The siren is very seductive, let's say like that. It is, by the way, this is the muse, right? The one that can seduce, but shows up in the upright. It is one of the situations that is about learning to say no to instant gratification. And if you do decide to say yes to instant gratification, then it's with an awareness of it. Does that make sense? Sex plays a massive role in this one, guys. I'm sorry. Soul lesson. Self-esteem and adversity. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. God, this is the weirdest reading ever. Alright, let's get back. Let's get out of the sex here, because that is annoying. God, there's almost frustration here. I still get this. I didn't ask for this. I did not ask for these gifts. I did not ask to go down this path. This is not what I want. I feel a little unjustly here. I feel, why am I being asked to do this? I mean, is this like a fatherhood? Is this fatherhood, someone could have knocked someone up, but it doesn't have to. These are the general energies I get. I will look into why he's make him more human. No, make him more, accessible in a minute. Because this, probably not for everyone who knocks someone up, but there is this energy here about I didn't ask to be born with this talent or these innate gifts. But I have them. How can I turn them into something? How can I work with them? How can I bring structure to them? It is as though by denying them, it creates this frustration. But there's no denying what is innate to you. Whatever this talent is, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what it is. It's just something here that's like a disowning of oneself. Does that make sense? It's like a disowning. There we have this interview. And stagnancy. I get as though there is possibly a tendency with this emperor, when he is imbalanced within yourself, when the frustration for where this play out comes up, to point fingers at everyone else around one and say, this is their fault, this is this fault, this is the environment's fault, this is everyone else's fault. And it may come up with that in relation to a situation in which, as I said, you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for these circumstances. You didn't ask for this family. You didn't ask for this country. You didn't ask for this culture. You didn't fucking ask for this. But you were born into it. For some of you, it's also you didn't ask to be put in a situation where you were left with a messy karma. It is, I actually get it's like that energy. I didn't ask for this fucking messy karma. I didn't ask for it. Now I have to deal with it, and that creates the frustration. Right? But in it, you come to learn about yourself, about what you will stand for and won't stand for. But the process there comes with this, burst. And then sex, I have absolutely no idea how sex plays in here, but it does. It's almost like someone here can use, someone, maybe if it's just one, use sex as somehow getting it out. Going to the gym, maybe, I don't know. Higher levels of commitment. Unity. And a love magnet. Is someone here falling in love with someone? It's like someone here is being seduced. In a good way, by the way. By could someone who may be younger, or but they don't. All I can say is like they didn't ask for these emotions to emerge, but they are, and now they are frustrating. This is so interesting. Fucking 25 minutes. Oh my god. No, it is a change. It's an inner change going on, because the Emperor does not want emotions. I didn't ask for this. So like, I didn't fucking ask for this. This is a fucking now we go. Yes, good one. Someone here is falling in love, but they want to remain having a closed heart and a closed mind. They don't fucking want to fall in love. I can recognize this energy. It's like, no. Long story. Call it the Capricorn. Love is very inconvenient. I have a deadline. It's kind of like that. I didn't fucking ask for this. All right, let's see your role in it with the River and the Ace of Swords. With the River, not living in the present moment. But the message that comes here with the Emperor is to stop chasing almost like a lifestyle that blocks you, where you put yourself first, like that closed heart, closed mind, because you don't want to open up. It's like having this critical interview here about where is there stagnancy in your life, all of these frustrations, you get frustrated about the stagnancy, then point fingers outwards about the heaviness that you carry. You take on the world, yes, but are you collaborating? Are you vulnerable? Self-esteem or possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Some of you are actually could sometimes become a little bit, how can I say, you really do not want to share yourself here. It's like, I didn't fucking ask for this. I have to protect it, and I have to protect it because I can't share it with anyone. This is weird. But that makes the entire situation a little bit tougher. Now your role in it is, as I said, not wanting to be in the present moment, but you're seeing things clearly. For some of you are struggling a lot with forgiving. That's the Emperor. Forgiving. Is it a bully here you won't forgive? Sorry. Shit. So this is just very, very weird. It's I'm struggling a little bit with this energy here because to me as a reader, I would say it's a little bit misunderstood. Because someone here wants to become an avenger almost. But to the extent where, do you know that when you were bullied and then you become the bully? Does that make sense to anyone? The bully becomes the bully. There's a little bit of a fine line there. Oh, let's see why. All right, let's just see here. Why is the Emperor scary to some? To some, for those who can be a little bit afraid of the Emperor, it's because he has to do with probably a bad boss, or there's a resemblance here of a bad boss, but there's also he becomes scary because someone here is afraid of losing control. For those who can sometimes get scared when he shows up, he's like, oh, the Emperor, what the hell is he? What does he want? It's because he's here to remind you that you don't take action sometimes or share yourself because you are afraid of, it has like an obsessive fear here about losing your sense of security. It's like basically being Mr. Scrooge. Yeah. And there's a fear of spiritual people to a certain degree. Because what if they are fucking here to take advantage of you? Can you trust them? Are people just misusing power? Are they pretending to be an alchemist? I mean, there's a strong distrust here, right? It's like, I'm not paying for help. I'm not paying for therapy. I'm not paying for this. He's become scary because he resembles that. There's a fear of spirituality to a certain degree, or a distrust of others. There's a fear. Because if opening up would mean that you would have to lose part of yourself. Lose that control. That's why he becomes scary. So if someone then starts developing emotions, that is about to lose control. That would destroy that control. And the emotions are waking up a little bit, and that makes someone scared. The emperor here becomes scared of that, because what is he afraid of? He's afraid of if he allows someone in, they're gonna destroy his dreams and his potential. Right? He doesn't want to become an addict. He's afraid of someone here kickstarting his what he considers to be weak, his own weakness. He doesn't want to be weak. And that would be that he becomes dependent on others. He doesn't want to be dependent on others. He will have full control of himself. That's why he becomes scary. And then that makes it difficult to live in the moment. And that stems here from going into a truth here that's not rooted in any forms of forgiveness. Is like the present is still blurred, or it's murky water, so to say, with the past. The past floats with him in a way that he's the waters he fret, which are the emotions, right? Water emotions. First and foremost, he walks in shallow waters, and those waters are contaminated by frustration that has not been dealt with yet. He doesn't accept the changes as a challenge here that is bringing him into his happiness and his abundance in the end. He does, rather than seeing it as a lesson in learning to forgive and to come into with his feminine energy, he sees it as, what doesn't fucking kill me makes me fucking stronger. He becomes angry. Frustration, and for some, that's why I get this. For some, it comes out in sex. For others, it's like, I don't know, chopping wood. I don't know, going to the gym. It's a way of getting the expression out that I can't really. I can't really put myself into it. Anyway, there's a distrust to a woman, one specific, I don't know. But there's still also that of for someone here could be developing emotions and do not want to develop emotions. It's just a one night stand. Anyhow, how can you grow together? The Knight of Wands in reverse. To not lose your footing. To grow together is to what the hell is that? There's something here that should be abandoned. I don't know if this is a person. Someone who comes at you, sharp words, continuously. You can grow with this emperor by cutting it out. Something here is coming towards you for some of you, fast, an opportunity. And you're standing in the threshold here, about to take a step in. Don't lose your footing. Don't let your mind take over. And don't project. Honestly, I also get, I actually get that some you guys, you may actually be experiencing someone here projecting something onto you. But you didn't ask for. Sounds weird, I know, but that's what I get. I don't know how you get rid of a chaser. I don't. Show me the chaser. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependence on others for physical security. It's like someone using sex. Guys, if these are for men, always use protection, okay? Anyway, what's good about him? Funny enough, protection. God, this is the weirdest reading. What's good about him? Good father. What kind of reading is this? Somewhere out there, someone is being pushed into a commitment because they got someone pregnant. Anyway, what's good about him is basically, all right, you know what, give me this, because right now he shows up as extremely paranoid. I'm struggling a little bit here with him. It's another person. He has a queen. Here's the good news. Well, what's good about this guy here, which I don't think is good, but apparently it's good for him, is that there's someone here who, I don't know, someone who has, a woman who's protecting him. Could be his wife, right? He could be married with children. Someone here understands him and accepts him for who he is, even though he could be an idiot sometimes when he has this frustration. This guy is married. If he's not married, he's getting married. But he's such a fucking perfectionist, and he's so frustrated he doesn't want to. I get that if there's a woman here in his life and he starts he starts to show up with these control issues, we're never about to take a new step. This woman here, friend, lover, doesn't fucking matter, has the attributes of a queen. She has a regal feminine energy about her, right? She wants to protect, and she awakens compassion and a desire to serve others, but she opens up the learning path of forgiveness, which is a little bit of a problem here with this guy here, right? Because don't want to forgive. Maybe this is also where this is playing out, this energy that I'm struggling a little bit with, because where he gets frustrated is that he doesn't want to forgive. And here we have this headiness, right? Someone wants to try things in sex they have never. I keep getting fucking sex on me. I cannot. But that's the good, right? Now here's the thing. I gotta be honest with you. I have to be honest. I see this woman here being the trigger in a good way. She's not a fucking savior. That's very important here in this. There's no such thing as a savior. This is about the Emperor. It's not about, oh my god, the woman is coming to save this. No, out. This is not that. This may be a mother. This may be a friend. And is also, by the way, an energy he has within himself, a strength, is that he himself can show up with the energy of a queen when he connects with his feminine. And be very, very protective. That's why I got this good father. Because he's very protective of especially children here. But it stems from forgiving himself. I also get maybe embracing the own inner child. That's why I didn't ask to be born in this family. Forgiving forgiving yourself, what you did as a child. Forgiving parents. Forgiving your own children. This is so fucking interesting. All right. There may actually also be a child included here. But I gotta say, there's still also this energy here about pointing fingers at all the past relationships that went wrong, where there may have been a woman who was arrogant and controlling and demanding, and that blocks him. I'm being thrown back to what I once heard a man say many, many years ago. I was in the room next door. Someone I live with managed to find herself in what people would probably call twin flame. I just call it. Alright. So. Alright, you do that to yourself. Long story. But he came out of a divorce, and I remember she was madly in love with him. And I never remember. I heard him say, "I'm so bitter at women." By the way, they ended up together, so it was not easy. But I said, "I am so bitter at women." She was crying. Actually a little bit. Yeah. He was trying to tell her, "I can't be with you. I like you, but I can't give you anything because I am so bitter at women." How they ended up isn't, but the happy relationship and all that. But, and I will say this defense is apparently what I've learned to know. God, probably share this, but an ex-wife, terrible divorce, by the way. Long story. But that's what I got there. So bitter. All right, let's move on. God damn it. What can you not control? The star in reverse. The loss of a path. And I still again that I didn't ask for this to happen. I keep getting fucking agape. This emperor here cannot control someone's unconditional love. Someone here may actually have fallen in love with this emperor here, and he didn't ask for it. This path it's not a path that's supposed to go together, right? There's karmic in this here. It's a little bit of that again, like he didn't ask for someone to fall in love with him. He didn't ask for it. Maybe another one. But it's not part of the path here, right? But it has agape with it. Shows up a little bit, But agape is basically unconditional love. But it shows a little bit of like this, meaning that it can also be. Right now I get like righteousness. This is where I get the spirituality also coming in, if it has nothing to do with it being in love here. Spirituality coming in as a distrust to spirituality. Someone here may have been exposed to a negative experience of spirituality, religion. I'm not seeing religion, I'm seeing spirituality here, actually, with the star, which is, all those new age people, they are hipsters. I don't know. Oh, not good for me in there. There's an obsessive here. There is this strong. I gotta say, this energy here has been exposed to something. I would understand where they're coming from, because I see someone here having been in a situation where people could have, what can I say, resorted to violence in a name of a cause, and become so obsessed almost, and had self-destructive devotion that their actions started hurting other people, and in doing so they became intoxicated with destructive power and started destroying other people's dreams and potential. And then they started selling their visions, right, to the highest bidder. They changed. Spirituality became something for profit. It was all for gain. I don't know where this has taken place. It's just a negative emotion, alright? But there's also good in this. If this is someone here is capable of working on it, it's a challenge, I gotta say. And that is, desire to balance the scales of justice. Having a lot of devotion here. But that is a challenge. Someone is about to take a step into something here, but the opportunity may be lost if they are stuck in this. Because there's something here happened where they are just not ready. They are distrusting. And someone here is still trying to find their vision. But this is where the challenge also comes in for this emperor here. He doesn't believe in it because he doesn't believe in his own spirituality. Oh, he believes in his own spirituality, but spirituality here, that of having hope, having faith that, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't need to know all the answers. That relaxing and basically hoping that things will turn out for the better, and releasing the need to control. That is a challenge because of not trusting. It's a lack of trust. It's a very, very uncomfortable emotion, because when you don't trust, when you have a general trust wound, you are very tense all the time. It's not having faith. Alright, what do we have here? The highest potential, you can go together, the world in reverse. Back in finding the feminine energy here, learning about her, mirroring her in here. Needs to go back to childhood, most likely. There's a karmic cycle that's not broken yet. Back to asking new questions. Asking, why am I blocked? Where are my long-term goals, basically? Because when I go down here, if you go way back, like 5, I suppose I said like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, god damn it. When we go back here to what someone here is blocking and chasing, everything has to be perfection. And then they screw it and they just let the frustration have out. And then whenever they find, the emotions start, something here happens where it's maybe good, and no, because there's no fucking hope. There's no hope. But there's actually love there, but it's also like, no. This can't be, there's no hope here, right? Because there's no forgiveness, but there is forgiveness. There is someone here who's willing to forgive. But one thing is what other people are willing to forgive. Another thing is what the Emperor here himself will forgive others and within oneself, by the way, also. During this process here, by the way, of regeneration, where there is forms of stagnancy, while this Emperor is fighting his mind, and probably also another person that comes at him with communications like none other. I'm not even gonna go in there with that, because I mean it could be a friend, but most importantly I feel still it's himself. Learning his own fucking principles, knowing when to be seduced and when not to be seduced. One thing is also about this Emperor is about actually not developing emotions for he doesn't fall in love with fucking everyone. This is strength, by the way, because that is how he controls not being obsessive. If that is what is he afraid of being obsessive, is understand that you separation, that's a difference between emotions, difference between passion and love, right? But there's something deeper rooted here going on. The highest potential is to go back and look at what this cycle is very close to being done, but it's like Saturn. I don't know if Saturn goes retrograde or something. Something is being thrown back here to be looked at. This is the mystic. This is the light worker. A light worker being that of asking a critical question here and saying, all right, what needs to be looked at? What needs to be light needs to be thrown in here. Now we will do that moonology, right? And then we will call it, because I need to go to fucking bed now. Because I do see something amazing that triggers him in a good way. I don't know if it's like a new project or new person or whatever it is. That is in the present, in the here and the now, right? But it can't really move forward because something here needs to be cleaned up, and it is this. I don't believe in it. It can't happen. Because whenever I get hope, if someone here betrays me. Fuck this. Alright. Show me a moonology up here. Believe in the impossible once in a blue moon. Have faith in your dreams. This Emperor doesn't believe. He doesn't believe. Be it in that people will, someone here will forgive, someone here will work with him, someone here will believe in him, someone here will, that he can show his tears, that he can cry, that he can cry about something about his child, but also show his inner child, and show that his inner child may not be happy, that he can be vulnerable. And I still get pregnancy, by the way, also. But it could, I don't know, I don't know, it would actually be a child, by the way. Anyway. But for others, it's that of having a, can I say that having no patience and accepting that in oneself, rather than having to be shamed for being sometimes impatient. It's like having the Aries energy in you, where you be shamed for, why can't you just sit still or something like that, but you know, yeah, hissy fits, but also boredom. But rather than having to, you know, be shameful and having to bury down and pretend that you don't get bored, then try, I don't know, turn it into something productive. I don't know, but for some reason here, this Emperor, by the way, is also attracting something in a higher level of commitment, most likely, right? But because one is a love magnet, two whole people coming together to create a shared experience, and the overall shift from me to us, higher levels of commitment, and a love magnet, you can attract everything with high vibes and all of that. I get that this emperor here is getting ready to be in a long-term commitment, be it because there's a child or not a child, I don't know, but he's getting ready, but he's not there. He doesn't have hope in it, and he's scary. He becomes scared. Some people are afraid of him when he shows up, or they get angry like, what? Is because they are afraid of losing control of themselves, that if they open up to other people, then other people will have some, in this emperor's opinion here, some sort of a power over how they see themselves, how they value themselves. But here's the thing, this emperor here, you work with him in ways where you, first and foremost, you don't fucking jump at every opportunity there is. It's okay to be a little bit critical, and meaning that some opportunities they come quick, they go quick. But something here about, also, stay put. Don't act. Patience is all I get here. Sorry, patience, but also. This night I want. God, show me. Alright, this night I want there. It's love. It's not losing out on opportunity for love. Denying love because it's. Oh my God! Is this really true? It's like love is. When I give in to love and higher levels of commitment, I lose my freedom. But that's not love. In love, with agape up there, you are free. This is passion. Passion can make you a slave. You're always free in love. It's a feminine hipster and all that, but that's what love is. That's true love. That's what true love. Alright, so an act of true love is that of letting go. If any of you ever had to have a pet and they got ill, and sometimes the most humane thing is to go to the vet and say they are suffering. An act of love is learning to understand, seeing and recognizing that someone you pet, your little fur baby, is in pain, and it's the humane thing to do. And where there's no cure, like cancer, for instance, or something where there's no cure, that's an act of love, because you set them free from pain. Do you see? If you were obsessed, you would try and hold on and would be completely blind to their suffering. That's not love. That's fear of losing, because you love what they do to you, what they are here for you, rather than you understand that they are their own being, right? And say, you love, you set free. So that's love, right? Someone here ties up their esteem, they are like losing control with themselves, basically, if they allow this. But with this emperor here, what he can teach you is that you what you will fucking stand for and you will not stand for. There's nothing wrong with having one night stands or flings here and there. It's just a matter of, with this siren here, of knowing when you're being seduced and not seduced. Right? It's awareness of it. I hope that made sense to those who need it. Sorry for the length of it. This was a very interesting energy. I'm gonna go to bed. I have a long day tomorrow. Take care, guys. Ciao.